everybody. It's me again. I was told that apparently I am super efficient at. Look at me. I feel like since the quarantine, I just don't even do my hair anymore. So I'm due on Tuesday, so forgive the mess that this is. Anyways, now let's get back to business. I was told that I do a really good job at food prepping. Forgot to get this started before I started. I was told to record it because apparently I do a good job. So let me just tell you, go to the grocery store, I plan out my meals, I log them in MyFitnessPal to make sure like all the ingredients I'm gonna need. I check through my cupboards before I go to make sure I don't overbuy. So then when I come home, I turn on the oven for my spaghetti squash. I turned up to 450, get it cut, get it put in there. Also, meanwhile, I get this going. So I have my chicken soup. It's chicken broth, oregano, basil, salt, pepper, mushrooms, peppers, onions. You could throw whatever else you want in there. I get that going. I put it on super, super low. And then I move over to that. That is, I put some virgin olive oil and I have mushrooms, onions, peppers, asparagus, spinach. That's going to go in my egg whites, but I get that all going and I let that go. I have the fan and the light going. I also get my eggs going, put those in there. For everything I'm going to need, I'm going to have one for a snack throughout the week, and then I have 4 for my salad. If I make tuna sometimes, I'll do that. So now I got about 10 minutes where that cooks, so it's probably been boiling for about a minute. And I have 6 minutes left on there. This morning I pulled out my meats because we keep the meats in our house, except for I bought a turkey too. So I have organic chicken and I have venison and turkey sitting here ready to go. Meanwhile, I am making salad, Christy Thompson salad. So I'm gonna stick you over here so you can see me. And so what I did is I took all 3 kinds of lettuce, and I use the iceberg for more things like, I guess I usually use romaine for like a lettuce wrap for chicken or whatever, but you can use the iceberg if you want it to crisp up. I get things that are pre-chopped so I don't have to chop everything. Like in Meijer, they have pre-chopped peppers, pre-chopped onions. The mushrooms I just kind of tear, I don't mind them bigger. Asparagus already cut, and then I just cut it and throw it in. And then I keep the extra asparagus for vegetables during the night. I take a little bit, I clean all the veggies and stuff, and I take some of the spinach, then I take romaine, then I have pre-chopped, believe it or not, broccoli. I usually get a smaller one, but with the quarantine, it's just been kind of, I don't know, hard to get in smaller packs. So I just take that and I chop it up a little smaller, and I have my mushrooms and I have my cauliflower, and then I take whatever's left and I put it in Ziplocs and I seal out the air. I found that I can get 2 weeks out of vegetables, sometimes even a little more, if I take care of keeping the air out of them. So I also use them. I have sugar gliders, as you guys probably saw in the other video, but I use that for feeding them, or like little dishes I'll do throughout the week. Like there was no eggplant. I was going to do an eggplant parmesan, but instead, since I don't have that, I'm doing a spaghetti squash, like spaghetti, pretty much, but a spaghetti squash. So I have this all cut up. I'm also putting cucumbers. So I have the broccoli, the cauliflower, the mushrooms, the cucumbers. I'm going to have one of these cucumbers, 1.5 actually. It's going to be, because there's only me that eats a salad, and then Greg will do his own thing. So we don't eat it the same at all. So I'm going to cut it. I cut it into 4s, and then I just take those and I throw them in there. And then the other 1.5, I'm going to cut up and I put it in Ziploc bags. So I have the little Ziploc bags down here, and this is like a snack I can eat throughout the week. A lot of times I don't cut them up ahead of time because they seem to stay fresher longer. I feel like as soon as you start cutting up a cucumber, it starts dying. I don't understand why they go bad so fast. So I usually, unless I'm going to eat the salad, I eat salad all the time, so unless you're going to eat it all the time, I would not put it in your salad. Same with tomatoes, but I eat my salad pretty quick, so there's that. Then, so I got the mushrooms, I got everything done, and I just kind of seal stuff up as I go. I have the mushrooms right here, so I get 2 packs of mushrooms because I use mushrooms in almost everything. I love mushrooms. They just kind of add a little something. And then I have a bag that's sitting out to put all my recyclables in. So I do that. And I put all these away. So here's another thing. If things need cleaned, I kind of just do it as I go. Like, for example, like if the vegetable drawer needed cleaned or something, I would have done it as I went. So that it just kind of takes care of everything all at once. I have this. This is an awesome thing I got from Pampered Chef. I literally have a crack in it, and I'm using this thing until it like falls apart. Take these carrots. I've literally been able to make these carrots last like over a month now. So they start to get a little dry, but it doesn't hurt you. They're clean. I cleaned them and I put them back in their thing. And then I just pound this. Throw that sucker in there. Boom. Done. A lot of times I even clean the dishes and put them in the dishwasher as I go, but right now I have clean dishes in there, so I'm obviously not doing that. I have some sliced almonds. So what else I'm doing is to kind of keep things fresh. This broccoli right here, well, see, my spaghetti squash is about to be done. So we will go over there, get that all taken care of. I have a pretty consistent routine so that food prep doesn't take me a long time, but it does make things a lot easier throughout the week because I don't like to cook, so I love the food prep. I don't like to cook as I go. Even if you do like to cook as you go, if you don't have time, if you have kids or, I mean, just a busy job, like I'm always busy, so it's just exhausting. So what I'm doing here is, this is actually, I've had 2 weeks of this broccoli, so it's starting to get a little older. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the icky ones, throw them away, recycle the bag, and then I'm going to put these in a Ziploc so that they stay fresher a little longer. So I put those in the trash can, put that in the recycling, and getting this. Putting this in here. What's kind of cool is at the end of this food prep day, you get to clean your kitchen down. It gives me a chance to like clean top to bottom. I usually do this on Sunday, but tomorrow is Mother's Day, so I'm going to be cooking and I want to be prepared. So I just take this, I go until there's a little bit, and I push the air out. Boom! I'm sure you guys all know how to do this, but since my friend said I was super efficient, I thought, what the heck, I can do that. Alright, put it away. Now, I'm going to move things over. I'm going to be using this cutter. Cutter, you like my special words? Or cutting board, as the rest of the world says. So, I'm using the cutting board again. But I want this area over here for the eggs. So I found a way that, like, it just literally slides off. It's so awesome. So I'm going to go over there and get those. Actually, come with me. Come with me. Okay, I'm over here. So I'm over here. I got the spaghetti squash in, and it is done. So I'm pulling this sucker out. It's a smaller one, so you can always look up how to cook it, but I only have to do it for 30 minutes. I always like it a little more done because I don't like it to be hard. I like it to come out easy. So So I do that. These are almost done. I'm going to be taking these off here shortly. But let me get the spaghetti squash container and then I can shut this. I'm going to reduce it down to the 350. The chicken will be the next thing that goes in. It's hard to see. Yep, 350. So let me grab the container. I'll be right back. All right. Got a container. Got my spaghetti squash. I just stick on my glove because I know I just clean everything every week anyway. So I don't mind making a mess when I'm cooking because I love being super clean. So I had put, I cut this in half. I'd taken all the center out, and I had put, someone's calling. I have to call him back. And I had put the salt and pepper and some virgin olive oil in it. So I am scraping through it. Now there's these really cool things called spaghetti squash boats. Oh my gosh, they're awesome. Except I feel like my boats always are super flimsy. So I never do it because mine don't stay as hard, and I feel like you'd have to eat it in the boat. I mean, I guess you don't have to, but isn't that kind of the fun? Otherwise you can just make it like I'm making it and then change the ingredients. So you could, if you like I've done shrimp. I tried it with like a garlic butter. It was not very good. So I just make it kind of like a spaghetti. So I just got those two done. I'm going to put these over here too. And I'm going to put that over there, let that all cool down. I'm going to grab my eggs, come over here, and I'm going to put them in the sink. Start some cold water. Just going to run the cold water. I'm just going to let it keep running. Meanwhile, I come over here. I'm going to get rid of the spaghetti squash tops. I'm going to re-spray the pan. I'm going to make start working on the egg whites. While I'm doing that, I'm going to pat the veggies with olive oil. And we're going to take apart the eggs all at the same time. I'm literally doing it all at the same time. So I am going to put you on pause and call this person back, and I will be back. Okay, back. All right, so took that call. Now I'm busy having this run in the cold. And all I do is I keep it nice and wet. Come over, just roll it. Literally comes right off. Simple, easy peasy. Amazing. And so I do that. I put a couple eggs in my salad. Depends on how many days of salad I make. And over time, you're going to get used to like how many people are going to eat it. How much do you eat? Is this like a 2-3 day? I used to like overdo things where then I was like all of a sudden I didn't have room for the lettuce, or I didn't have room for any other stuff, and then I'd change pans. I had to get used to what I wanted. So I only make a couple days of salad at a time. I make about 3 or 4 days worth of salad, and then I feel like that I have it just for lunch or whatever, and it's easy. I just open it up, throw some dressing and some sliced almonds on it, something crispy. They also have those really good red pepper crisps at Meijer. Really love those, but I haven't had those in a while. I'm trying to cut a little, so I leave this one in its shell because it's the one we eat as a snack, and I literally just cut these in half. And when I get my salad, I can just do whatever. So I have 3 in there. You know, I might just have one right now. What the heck? Yummy. All right, so I got that done. Now, next thing, I got this done and put it away. I love egg. Okay, we're gonna head back over the other side, to the wild side. It's a hot mess. All right, let's see if I can crop this. It's gonna be in Oh, there you go. I think you'd be able to see me. Okay, so these things are now starting to cool down. So I'm going to take them off. If I can hold them in my hand, they can go in my trash. Alright, so there they are. A little bit of non-stick olive oil cooking spray. Usually use this other one, but because of the quarantine, we're like out of everything. So that is, you do what you do. Alright, I'm going to go get the chicken. So when it's thawing, I always keep it in a bowl so that if anything gets weird, I do not want to have to clean my entire... I've had to literally... My husband took it out of the bowl one time. Literally had to gut the refrigerator. Like, I took a little bit of a germaphobe. So I took... oh, it was miserable. I took all of the stuff, every single tiny thing, and had to get in there. It had even gotten in the vent in the back. It was awful. This is still a little bit too frozen, but it's doable. I don't even care. I don't give an F. So, sorry if kids are watching. Alright, put these on here. They're good enough. They're not perfect. And then I just take this. We burn papers, so I'm going to drop this in the burnables, go wash my hands. Hold that thought. Alright. I'm usually pretty good at making sure there's no, that the chicken doesn't really ever touch anything, much anything. So, got this done. I put a little bit of salt, just a little bit, and a tiny little bit of pepper because I feel like you can season it after. Now I don't put pepper on. I usually leave one without anything because of my sugar gliders, so I just won't put pepper on this last one. I probably should have forgoed the salt. And I'm gonna move this. It's probably hot still, so I'm going to move this into there. Okay, now I put the timer back on. It is chicken, it's a little frozen. Usually I do 20 minutes. I think I'll do 20 minutes anyway. And then just kind of check it. Alright. Now, we have chicken. It's going to go in there once that's done. So I take this pot. It looks like it's really, really full. Let me show you. Super, super full. What happens is as you're boiling it, you're not necessarily boiling it, but I put it on the smallest little thing, and I put it just below medium because I want to get it going at first, and then I take it down. I'll take it down all the way because it seems like it just stops going, and it'll cook all the seasonings in together into all the vegetables, and then it'll start, like the broth will start going down. So I have about 1.5 of those chicken broths that I put in there, and then you can do low sodium, you can do it however you want, you could do full sodium, you can do whatever. You could do vegetable if you want for like beef broth or however you want to do it, and then it starts to go down. So I have this stuff to put in there, and then after I put the chicken in, I cut the chicken up into chunks that I would want. I don't put any pasta in it, and it doesn't need it. If you want something carby, get some crackers, gluten-free if you do gluten-free, non-gluten-free if you don't, and use those because you really don't need it. It's so good, and it makes your house smell wonderful. People love it. So, and then I put the chicken in, I leave it in for about an hour so that all the seasonings cook up, and then I put it in a container and put it in the fridge. So, meanwhile, I'm going to put this dish away. I'm going to get this out because I'm going to cook up the venison for my spaghetti squash. So that's going here. Give it a little spray. Usually usually takes me, without all this videoing, usually takes about an hour to 2 hours to do the whole entire week, and then I have to cook the whole week. The whole week. And you'll get better every time. First couple times you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, what is happening? There's so many different moving parts, but if you're a woman especially, like men can do stuff like this, but women are so much better at multitasking. I do like everything all at the same time, even cleaning. Okay, so put that back. So, oh my gosh, this is elk. I usually use deer venison. I'm totally using elk. I love it. I wasn't expecting it to be elk. Okay, this works. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna see how it tastes. I never had elk. I almost feel like, let me get this so you can see me. It's hard because you can't see my face. There we go. I almost feel like elk has more of a flavor than venison, so it's almost sad to put it in anything. It's kind of like my take on cheese. It's like, I don't see the point of cheese unless you're just eating it straight, because I feel like cheese has calories and you don't taste it. I don't see the point. Elk, same deal. It tastes good, or has a taste, I guess, depends on what you feel like that, and the venison doesn't, so it's the perfect thing with almost no fat to go into something. So I'll go drop this off, be back. Okay, had to wash my hands again, just a quick wash. It's funny that we have to tell people during this quarantine, hey, wash your hands. I just feel like that's like normal stuff. All right, so I'm gonna turn this on. Hope it's thawed enough, we'll find out. I'm using the same fork that I used for the spaghetti squash, the same one I used, and the same scratcher I used for the venison. I'm sorry, not the venison, the vegetables. And I just kind of go around. So you don't want to waste a lot of dishes. There's no point. You can totally just do it this way. And I know a lot of people don't like watching long videos, but I feel like if you can rewatch this and fast forward to the parts that you want to fast forward to and kind of get something down, this would save you so much time. So it is a long video, but worth it. So it's not de-thawed enough, so what I do is I literally scrape around the edges, scrape, and then I let the heat thaw it quicker. I do this all the time because I'm super impatient and I sometimes don't pull out things quick enough, but this is what I do, so it is what it is. All right, so I got that going. So now I'm going to get a plate and I'm going to put my veggies on it and I'm going to get the oil off. Okay, so what I do is I take a plate, I take a paper plate, put that there, and I take the veggies and I scrape them onto the plate. Okay, that's there. I have a copper pan. Copper. It is amazing. It's better than even cast iron. Oh my gosh. Nothing ever sticks. I mean, obviously, I like to use spray just to be sure. My husband never uses it. He says it's really good. So I like to get all this off of there. It'll all soak down to the bottom. So I'll let it sit here for a little bit. I'm going to throw that away. I have water. All right, so this is going. So this, when you don't thaw it enough, it needs a little more attention than normal, which is super annoying, but that's my own fault. I'm just gonna kind of keep working on this, and then I'm gonna cook the eggs. So I'll probably turn this one down. I usually keep it on high and just cook it. But I'm going to turn it down to medium-low. This still has oil in it. So I don't even need to put anything in there. I'm going to take the egg whites. Efficient. I don't want to break eggs and separate the little baby yellows from the, but kind of grosses me out too. It's like, makes me feel like I'm separating the baby from the skin or the inside from the outside. I don't know, but it just kind of grosses me out. It's totally irrational. I get it, but I just can't. So put my egg whites in here. And then I'm putting pepper. I love spice, so I'm putting some pepper in here. Pepper, 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 pepper. It's not coming out fast enough, so I'll have to keep up on it. And then I turn this on, and I turn it on medium-low. And then I recycle this, and I put this in the burnables. Be right back. Okay, chicken's on 12 minutes. We're at the 24-minute mark. So I think I was doing it for about 10 minutes before, or less maybe, 5 or 6 minutes before I started doing it, because I think all I had done is stick the spaghetti squash in there, get the chicken soup going, and start the salad. So yeah, we'll say 10. What the hey? Even though I don't think it was that long. What the hey? Alright. So, I'm going to actually move this to the back so I don't accidentally knock it over. Move this. And we are going to take the right front and turn that off. Take that back there. It's on. It's good to go. Okay. I'm going to keep working on this part and let the chicken cook. And I will be back as soon as those eggs are further along, or this venison's further along, or the chicken's closer. So this is what I do for the next little bit, and usually I listen to some podcast or something, or some music, and jam out. Call somebody. So I hope you guys are having a good day, making the most of your time, and I'll be back. Hello, I'm back. So it's been about 8 minutes, and I'm back. So we're probably looking right now at, we had 24 minutes and then another 8. So just over a half an hour, maybe a little more. Meanwhile, while I was working on the elk and the egg whites and the chicken, I put away all the dishes in the dishwasher. So I just have to stack them up. I saw that this was getting a little further. The alarm for the chicken went off, so I came over and pulled out 2 of the chicken breasts that were done, and there's one more that is being cooked to finish off. I gave it another 5 minutes. Probably needs a couple more. It was the one that I was saying was a little more frozen than the others. So I dumped the spaghetti sauce in there, and the elk literally has no fat. Look at this. No fat. You don't have to drain it. It's so healthy. So, I know I'm not perfect. I'm not like one of those people who make their own sauces and their own everything, but I'm about as healthy as it gets for the basic person in, like, the basic shopper. I don't have my own chickens. I buy organic chicken, so I don't know, just do the best I can, I suppose. But what this is about multitasking and doing my food prep, and maybe inspiring somebody to do their food prep. So the eggs, I've had them on medium. So the whole time they've been slowly cooking. They're about there right now. So I am just mixing those suckers up. I'm going to take them off the heat and let them sit there and kind of stew. Get my chicken soup ladle, and I'm going to stir in the elk to the spaghetti sauce. Yummy! Okay. So I'm also going to put a bunch of seasonings in. I'm probably just gonna put, I use hot sauce when I'm cooking a lot, but I have determined that to me, it doesn't make a ton of difference with the hot sauce. It makes more, the hot sauce is better like on the top when it's already cooked, because I mean it does. I'll use garlic Tabasco, I'll use jalapenos like that. I will use garlic salt, put some basil, oregano. Those are two of my favorites. I use a lot of that. Some Morton's light salt or some Himalayan pink salt, and lots of pepper. I'm a huge pepper fan. So I'm going to stick all that in there. Throw some jalapenos in there. I think that's probably about done. So I'm going to hit cancel on that so that can sit in there and continue to cook with the door shut. And meanwhile, I'm going to get some jalapenos. My husband's really funny. He cans these in apple cider vinegar. I don't know why. I mean, I know it's good for you, but it just seems like, why the jalapeno? Why the jalapenos? I'll say it right for you guys. So I'm going to get a little spoon. I'm just going to take a few. Just stick them in there. I love these. And it does speed up your metabolism too. So I'm going to stick those back in the fridge. There. Okay. Okay. Got those back in there. We're going to stir it again. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a container. I'm going to reduce it a little. Okay, reduce that sucker down to low. I'm going to take this one over to the sink, and I'm going to run cold water on it, and then I'll put it in the sink there. I was kind of using it over the soup to kind of get that soup going. But now we have the egg whites. So it's going to be a splash. We need egg white containers. A lot of times I'll do them in small containers so I can pick them and take them with me on the go. But since we've been working at home, I've been just kind of making them bigger containers and actually eating like a normal person. So let me grab one. Go. I found one. There's so many containers that I have that are like the dividers because I like to take stuff with me. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to probably put it in here and make sure it's all going to fit. I have these little round ones. I love to take it with me so I can eat it on the go. All you have to do then is stick it in the microwave and warm it up when you get to work. Because I like to fast from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Kind of give my body a refresher. Okay, and then this is draining out all the oil in the bottom. There is going to be just a little bit in there if you choose to use oil, which I do. Sometimes I don't cook my vegetables and I just put them in there raw because I really like them. But if I'm throwing in spinach and asparagus, I always like that cooked. So I'm going to put this over here. And I just mix it up. Mix that up. I probably have here 6 days. 6 days. Uh-oh. I'm going to put a cover on this spaghetti sauce because it's going everywhere. You can. Another thing my husband and I do, we love this. We'll put like aluminum foil all around, except for obviously where you're cooking. And you can just take it off and then everything's clean. But this is 6 days, and on the opposite days, like I do one day with egg whites and half an apple, and then I do, because apples have lots of sugar in them, but it's good, and then I have smoothies that I make. They're more like protein shakes and smoothies, less sugar, more protein, and So these are my go-to. Then I'll put that away. Okay. All right. Then I have my yogurt and my fresh fruit for my midday snack, my mid-morning snack. Lunch, I'm working on that chicken. So I'm going to take this chicken over there and cut that sucker up. It's on a napkin right now. Let me drop it off and come get you. Okay, here we are. All right, I can't forget that one that's in there. That would be really bad. So let me turn this around. So here's my salad right now, just in a container. I guess that's probably 3 or 4 days maybe. So I have a couple pieces of chicken. Throw one in this napkin. All right, and I just cut this sucker up. Ding, ding. It's a lot of fun. Meanwhile, right in the middle of it, I was negotiating an offer. I do real estate here in Angola, Indiana, on the lakes, in the town, wherever is needed. And once in a while, you get in this organic chicken, you'll get a funky, like, red piece no matter how much you cook it. And I like to cook it just to the point it needs to be at the temperature it needs to be, because I do not like dry chicken where you feel like you're choking it down. I eat so much chicken that I need it to be good. So I'm putting this in the salad. I try to have about 3 ounces of chicken a day. Sometimes I have less. Sometimes if I have the egg, I'll have like 1 ounce of chicken, and in the salad, I mean, with the 1 egg. Just try to hit 100 grams of protein, or within 10% if you can. Okay, I got that all in there. Yay! Okay, so now my lunch is done for... Yay! And I leave this little bit of chicken. Not only do I use it for my critters, but also my dog, he gets like a thyroid pill, so I use that. I don't know how that got there, but here we go. Putting the lid on. So now I have a couple lunches done. I will also have my chicken soup for a couple lunches. I will have the spaghetti squash for a couple lunches or dinners. I can swap them out. I can have a small salad and a small soup. I can do it however I want, and I have healthy food ready. So if I get hungry throughout the day and I don't want to kill my calorie count or whatever, I have almonds, unsalted of course, because it's easy to get, just eat like a million of them. And then I have grilled chicken I make, and then I have really easy pan-seared fish I can make. My husband goes fishing, and I get fresh fish. I stick it right in the pan, that copper pan, and I do those steamables. It takes 5 minutes to steam up. Or we have the asparagus, or you can have a little salad on the side, and you can get kind of creative. I was going to do eggplant parmesan. I wasn't going to do all the crap with it. I was going to do like a little bit of panko, and just put in some egg and sear it. Put a little bit of spaghetti squash with some spaghetti sauce, some garlic, salt, peppers, and Parmesan cheese. But I haven't even eaten lunch today, and it is, I don't even know what time it is. It is way past lunch. So I just have so much fun doing this. Oh, here's another yummy idea. So baby bellas, you take the bottom out where all the gills are, and you can either just grill them, and they kind of taste like steak with A1. Put that on there. You can put anything you want on there. Or the way I'm going to do it, I saw this on Pinterest. Put an egg in there, but I don't know if that's going to turn out good or not. So I'm going to give it a shot. Anyways, I'm going to finish cleaning up. I'm going to cook this turkey. And I'm going to cut it up, put it in a container so I can eat it in the evening with my steamed veggies if I want, or I can I can freeze some of it. My husband can make a sandwich. Whatever. So you guys have a good day. It's supposed to be cold here in Indiana, but I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye.